The Michael Jackson video I found extremely uncomfortable, especially at the beginning. Makes me feel helpless when I'm confronted with what other people often experience. I guess it makes me uncomfortable to recognize my privilege. It also makes me uncomfortable or maybe thoughtful when I recognize that there's such a huge disconnect between the faith that I was baptized into, or the faith that I thought I was baptized into, and the teachings about Jesus that a lot of people spent a lot of time teaching me about. Definitely a disconnect between faith I was baptized into, the Jesus I was introduced to, and this depiction in John's gospel of the whip making, chaos creating, table turning person who's moving through the temple with a vengeance, fiercely confronting injustice. That's the Jesus which, in my experience, we rarely identify with. We rarely profess to follow. And when I say we, I guess I'm talking about, well, I guess myself. It's not right to talk about you, is it? This Jesus I rarely identify with. This Jesus that I rarely profess to follow or even talk about. And again, it just leaves me wondering, what kind of faith is this? And how does this faith connect to my baptism? That baptism that the prophet Isaiah longed for, and the baptism that John announced, the baptism that Jesus received. Isaiah's lament was, if only. If only, said the prophet in a prayer filled with great longing. If only, God, you would come down. If only you would tear open those heavens. Then the mountains would quake. Isaiah 64:1. If only you would show up and shake things up. That was the baptism that John the Baptizer announced. Shake things up, change your heart, change your mind, change the things you are doing. The kingdom of heaven is here and it's now. The kingdom of heaven is about to break in. When the Spirit of holiness descended, this Jesus that we follow, that I follow, was anointed with power. The power to do good. The power to heal the ones who were being oppressed by the devil. You need to get down, Leo. You're too squirmy. I baptize you with water, said John the Baptizer. But Jesus will baptize you with fire. And then the strangest thing happened. John dipped Jesus into the water, and when Jesus rose up, the heavens did open. God's Spirit did come down. And immediately, that Spirit pushed Jesus out into the wilderness, where he was confronted by devils, tended to by angels. Exactly what have we been baptized into?